The Irish person was Elizabeth. I don't know her last name, but Tom's girlfriend, like Joshua Lozier, he used to live out there with Angel, out in Stockton. And there was a guy named Tom who used to talk about himself being Corey, which I thought was fucked up, but I figured it was because he was like some meth addict or some shit. He lived in an RV in the yard at my uncle's house. I mean, not my uncle, my cousin's house. I'd figure he's more like an uncle because of the age, but he's my cousin. But he lived out in an RV, and Joshua didn't let me go anywhere near him because he didn't want me living in an RV filled with shit with a lazy ass meth head. And it's like I wouldn't have gone into Tom in the first place. And his girlfriend Elizabeth was one that was sitting there saying that she got in a car wreck and started hearing voices and stuff after her car wreck, and she got her kids taken away and a bunch of stuff. And that was like 8 years ago when I was trying to get a job in San Francisco. I stayed for a month in Vallejo, but that was $900 for a couch. And I was trying to get a job in San Francisco because I wanted to work at the UN. I don't know how well that worked out because it was harder to get into San Francisco, harder to do the commute, and it was even more expensive just to get into San Francisco from the bridges and stuff. But other than that, it's like I ended up going to Stockton and hanging out with family for a while. And I figured family was better because at the time Angel was pregnant. And it's like, I liked hanging out with Angel. I thought it was funny hanging out with Angel. There was one time, she's blind as a bat, but there was one time she was driving around. She has this big old Chevy, or this big old Ford, or whatever the hell car it was, but she had this big old truck, this big old SUV, and it was nighttime, and all of a sudden she just drives over all kinds of traffic cones. She's like, I didn't see those. I was like, oh. She'd fill up. She'd go to the gas station, put $5 in, and then go back home. It was like she called herself the $5 baller. I mean, she was pretty cool to hang out with, but I don't know if she was a good person or not. It's like, but she was fun to hang out with. It was just like when I used to go for car rides with Betty, I used to just love going for car rides with people. I used to just love getting in the car and going for car rides with people. Whether it be to a gas station, to the store, I don't know. I used to just love going for car rides with people. I used to do that with Betty every single time she would go to the store. There was one time we went to go pick up Skylar from Cibola. She was driving on the wrong side of the road, and me and Skylar were all ducking our heads, pretending we didn't know her.